morning. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. It's morning.
Big up everyone. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone had a nice day yesterday. My day wasn't too bad. So I would say today it's going to be warm. Fucking, I swear to God, that other phone need bounced. Yeah, it's going to be warm today. And I haven't just Googled that. So you don't think much is going to happen in one day, and then loads of things happen in one day, don't there? So apparently now Decca Heggy's into dog grooming, and not the dog grooming that you're thinking of. Not the brushing the dog type. Well, it is brushing the dog, but it isn't brushing the dog, is it? It's you get what I mean. Well, if you don't, you can replay it a couple of times and then understand what I mean. Not the grooming as in brushing the dog. So I don't know what to make of all that. It's absolutely crazy. But obviously the person that they're talking about is fucking crazy anyway. So I don't, anything that gets said about him, I don't not believe anyway, because he's fucking absolute crackers. I can imagine, and telling half truths, like 1 minute he wasn't on medication, he never took his medication and then drank, but then he says on the podcast that he drank and took his medication, shouldn't take medication and drink. So which one is it? Is it you took your medication or didn't you take your medication? Which one is it? If you're telling a true story, them bits you wouldn't have to think about them, or you wouldn't have to lie, or you wouldn't forget, because the truth is hard to forget, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're not going to forget the truth. In other things, Jimmy and PP, what a battle they're having. One makes a video, the other one makes a video, then that one makes a video. But what they're doing is they're making videos of the video that the last person's just made on them. So you're kind of watching, like if you watch all of them, you first watch Jimmy making his, then you watch PP watching Jimmy's, and then you watch Jimmy watching PP watching Jimmy, and oh my God, my brain is just, I think I need to unsubscribe from both. No, I'm only joking, I won't unsubscribe from both. Yeah, I think it's pointless, because they're now arranging to meet up. Yous aren't going to meet up. Yous live in different countries. People that live in different countries, I don't think would meet up. It's we barely get meetups when they live in the same country, so I doubt they're going to be meeting up if they live in separate countries either. So let's get on with these live streams. Now the first one is Flavors. Now it said 1 day ago. And I hadn't even played him on here this week, so 1 day ago will probably be, because it's Tuesday today, it'll probably be sometime Sunday. It could be Monday, it could be early hours of Monday, but it makes no odds. I haven't played it on here anyway, but just remembering it isn't last night. It could be like the night before or the morning before. So I'll start with that one, then we'll carry on to the end.
I'm not worried, because I've done nothing wrong. And that shows you how much you must have been a friend to Flavors. Wasn't it? Because I owe it all to this place. Little gremlin. Come on, Worry. Come up, lads. Come up and talk to us, Worry. Come on, Worry. In the chat saying about A-Doc answer to Rocky Balboa flaws. Who's A-Docs? There's the thing there. Come on, Worry, lad. Don't want to say those words.
Exactly, you see. I mean, that's what he's trying to do. Is that called dry snitching, is it?
I know, I think it is, isn't it? That's what my favourite was saying was. Oh, he's coming up. He's coming up for the killers.
Right, okay, put the firewall up in case he wants to bomb you.
No, he don't bomb me. He knows best, because he gets slaps. You'll get slaps, man. Hey, you listening? You ready for him? I let him out of the cage. People. Rah.
Don't take the piss, Flade, you know.
Look at that
Listen,
dog. Look at
all
that
I done was spoke facts. Listen, all you're going about is people from Liverpool and about criminality. So you are a grass. Now, what was you saying, Flade, mate?
Look at that dog. No dog they called.
I thought Paul O'Grady died. You sound like Paul O'Grady, right? I
Oh,
thought
that's me, brother. Oh, you've been listening to tunes, have you, the other night, you old dirty old bastard? Listen to me voice. Listen, Flame, this fucker is fucking throwing people down the river from Merseyside and our ways, and you've got him on here, and you've got him on here, and he's a snitch. Wow.
Snitch.
What the fuck is a grouse?
Don't
Don't forget, he's the one who put out that sim. I had 5 million under that fucking thing.
How can you call someone a snitch if you don't know? Have you seen it?
Oh, no. Sorry, not a snitch. I'll take that back because I've seen snitches have been snitched up on her.
Have you seen well, Paul Arden is a
No, I've heard him on about Merseyside families who were fucking drug dealers, grassing him up on his channel. So go on, Flav, son. And you know him. You know the people he's on about.
Folks, that are people that are in the public domain, worry. That's what you
whoa, you're mad. So Simo was in the public domain before he buried his 5 million underneath that gym.
That was a joke. Come on, worry. It was me as well.
Listen, no one's in no public domain. All they were on about it wasn't what was in the public domain. Come on, Flavs. All right. If it's in a public domain, okay. That's Rob Lee. Rob Lee knows nothing sits right with fucking any scousers. I know why you've got him in here, Flav, because you're a nice fella. You've got him on here, trying to humble him, soften him up.
The worst twat you could ever meet in your life.
Oh, I know, yeah, but you're not a twat, are you? But you're not, though.
I am not. Honest, even I've had my arm full of sitting down with 5, 6, and my mates, and he's all think he's nice. He's one of the most, and that's my own father saying that.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'll let him open up.
So what do we need that for?
Well, I don't know to tell you all about the Merseyside firm because I've not heard him saying that about that, but he's on about the weather down here, but he's not on about the weather down south. So anyway, yeah, sack him and set them flames. What did you summon me on for, me?
Well, we were talking about something.
Go on then. Nah, you summoned me on anyway. It doesn't matter that. All right, I'll get to you in a minute.
So what are we happening? How's been things? How's the dog that?
Oh, the dog's sound nice, don't Fabs. He's laughing, you know. He's sound.
That's all we need to know. My mate's got the same dog he has. He's got one of these motherfuckers.
Nah, he's good. He's a good dog, to be honest.
Well, you come on attacking straight away again.
I didn't come on attacking. He said, get on, because what I put in the chat.
You call it out of grass. You can't call people, you don't call people grasses, man. That's you didn't get ass shuffling tunes.
Yeah, they know. Yeah. Whoa. Don't rope me in with everyone else, and you know I've only been in there on my own. There's no gang, there's no fucking thingy to it, Flav. Right? I've heard him going on about Liverpool firms, right? And I'm thinking, because you're from Tucker, living in A-Dot now, that you wouldn't have one of it.
Me going on about Liverpool firms when I talk.
No, you don't. You don't waffle names out and say crime families and go on about generations of crime families. You've never ever done that. You ain't Darren G. You ain't Darren G, Flavs.
I said it was damn G.
Well, the only people who go on about families' names and this and that's been passed to them and this and different names.
Chill.
There, Darren's uncle and Darren.
Chill, brother, chill.
Yeah, but excuse me. Yeah, but can I just say something?
Yeah, go on. I'm up for a conversation.
Okay, right. Let me just say this then, right? Okay, right. Who are you to tell me I can't talk about people that are in the newspapers?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't all in the news, though, was it? I don't know what I didn't get with you, that. You was on about Northerners, and you're from fucking. I don't know where you're from, but obviously you're not a Northerner.
Why are you being so xenophobic about being from the north? I don't see any difference.
Xenophobic? Come on, right enough, pal. You're fucking 59. When did you ever learn that word when you was in your 50s? Xenophobic.
No, I learned it when I went to university for 8 years and got a master's degree.
Oh, you got a master's. My ex-mate could have got a master's. It's fuck all, is it? Because you do your first 3 years and you can go back in for your PhD and get your master's. It's piss easy, and I could have done that. You know what I mean? When I left school, I fucking dabbled it. Could have done that stood on my head.
Yeah, I know. I could have been an
There's no big waffle. So you got a criminal degree, fucking hell.
Yeah, but listen.
Coulda, woulda, did I?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one, lads. Yeah, coulda, woulda, you're right there, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah. I'm saying you're right.
Yeah, listen, if I'd have bought Microsoft shares in 1986, I could have...
Oh, we all would have done it in 1986. Shut up, me fucking mates, that done it. Anyway.
Should we play the hindsight game?
Well, there's public knowledge, right, of people from your ways, isn't there?
Yes.
In the news. And you go on about Merseyside more than that.
Right, I'll tell you what I do. Can I just
explain? It's the topic then, because the topic was, it was going on heavy down there, so that was your topic. That's when you come about, I thought you, and you're just going about Scousers and Liverpool.
Listen, can you allow me to explain why I focused on...
Yeah, sorry, go on, of course, yeah, man.
Last August till December, we had 5 murders of 5 innocent people. If that had been anywhere in the country,
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Looking at. It's got nothing to do with anything else but 5 murders of 5 innocent people. If that had happened in London, I'd have been focusing on London. If that had happened...
Right, well, innocent people are getting jiffed up every day in London, aren't they? And I don't see you fingering on that.
It happened on Merseyside, so that is where I focus my attention.
I get, when the news is heavy. I get that, when the news is heavy, mate.
Well, Merseyside's the place to fucking focus on when you want to do your own way.
Yeah, it is now, Flaps. I know, but come on. Different when you're from fucking the north.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I get what you mean, I get what you mean. It did need focus. It did all need focus. A fucking little girl got shot and all that.
I'll tell you straight now, if I had to snitch on anyone from Highton, he'd be fucking pushing daisies up at his age if he'd snitched and he's 59. He wouldn't snitch for little at 59.
No, but it's like dry snitching, isn't it? Because you were going on about families then. You were getting into things. Hang on, go on.
Yeah, Worry, can I ask you a question then, right?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Don't run with the fishes. Don't run with the fishes. Swim with the fishes.
Listen. If you're talking about a definition, if you're talking about the definition of snitching or dry snitching, YouTubers do it every day to each other. Every day they grass each other up, right? So there's no difference, right? I mean, and every day...
put one of them into context for us then, please.
Well, okay, the dispute when they go on and go, look, I've got a screenshot, I've got a clipped recording.
All right,
Right, that's all grassing. You can't be half pregnant. You're either a snitch or you're not a snitch, right? So at the end of the day, most people on YouTube are...
But what I meant, all right, I did say snitch, right? It seemed like, because he was going on about generational families. Yes. Generational, you're on it.
Yes. Yeah.
He wasn't just sticking to what was in the main news. You're going about generational families.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but so what? People talk about the craze. People talk about the Richardsons.
The craze is a pair of fucking woofers from East End when there was 15,000 people and he had all of them boys in there. But who speaks about them anymore? Nobody, because you all know they were fucking pub.
Listen, go on to any true crime channel when they talk about all the names that we know, all the names, right?
Oh, you're right, but you was going on about generational families, weren't you?
Yeah, but there are many generational families that people talk about, right? Honestly, right, please. I mean, honestly, what is so special about me that I'm not allowed to talk about things that everyone else...
I never said that. I only brought an issue up with you. You said the issue and that should have been it.
Well, that's
it. I've got flavours wanting me onto something else, so...
No, I haven't got any problem with that.
I ain't got a problem with you. I just thought I'd have me say. You've explained yourself and I've took it and I've had my say. Is that not an adult conversation, man?
Well, no, that's good. And it shows that I can make people, once they listen to me, maybe they can warm to me.
No one made me. Listen, listen.
No, he's right.
Oh, fucking hell, here we go.
Your attitude when you come here tonight.
Slave. I don't bow down to nobody. There's no attitude. I'm being normal.
I never said you bow down. I never said you're not being normal. Why are you jumping the gun? I haven't said any of those
things. Because you just said when you come. I'll finish what you was going to say then first.
Okay, when you first come in, it was grass. Oh, rah.
No. That was on the comment.
Yeah, but it was when you first come in. You've been angry. Grass. All that shit.
I wasn't nasty though. I said he mentions people from. If you go back, it wasn't nasty.
You were nasty. Did you say it was nasty? I said you come in.
Yeah, I've just spoke it out then. No, I'm me fluffs.
Yeah,
so it's done.
It's done. But you still did it, and I forgot what I was going to say now.
Well, you was summoning me on nothing to do with that. Me and Arts boxed that off. You summoned me on what was wrong with you. What?
I forget what I was going to say.
Go on, Fab.
Someone's phoning me unknown. What? It's
no, that is.
It's a little far.
Legend, isn't it?
It's a little funny. You don't talk. What?
Who's recording me?
That's recording you, someone, isn't it?
Who just recorded me? He's on that then, Flaps. I know it wasn't you, lad.
It's my phone.
Your phone?
Someone's just phoning me. Someone's phoning me now. Someone's phoning me on a phone and a banner.
It's not that little grass, is it? That ginger fucking moppy-headed little fucking wool grass. What's his name? Fucking JMC.
I'm a man. I hope it's a girl doing it.
Not you.
I hope it's a girl doing that. Because if that's a man doing that, you need to...
Yeah, he says it all, it's a strange place, this, Flaps. You've come across some nutters on here, you must have. I've come across this, knocking about.
That's because you...
Proper nutters, mate. Fuck off. Fuck.
You need to get back to fucking shuffling.
Hey, I float about. Listen, I'm a one-man band, so don't give it all that.
You been a one-man band. You was in here.
Hey, wait a sec. Let me stop you a sec then. Let me fucking stop you. Let me stop you. Let me stop you. When you first had your first argument with Julia, right, I got on there and backed you up.
I never had an argument with Julian. What are you going
He did, when he was muting you and we was saying in the chat he's muting your Flaps. I got on and had my say. Don't say I'm on anybody's side, because you tried to say it on theirs. I'm on no one's side, mate.
I don't argue.
You know what I mean?
Rules. Listen, Worry.
Well, you can't argue with stupid. That's why I never win an argument here, is it?
Oh, there you go. I win arguing. So was I?
No, I'll give you that. You know what I mean? Helical debate, should you say then?
Fucking hell. I don't even know what I was saying then, but saying I was arguing.
All right, you weren't arguing, but you just said you're on here, you're on there. So where did that come from? Where did that come from?
No, because you're on here for ages. That's what you just said. You just said that.
I know, because I got on here, right, and then 1 minute you're all right, and the next minute you get on, the next minute you're looking on the dial. It's like that, you think?
No, shut up, Worry, you big...
It was, Flav.
Big queer.
You big Willy Wolf, though, you queering? Oh, fuck off, play.
Why are you on it every night for fucking...
I know, I loved it, and then when I sussed at people who fucking...
No. When it all went P-Tong, when they all went against Flavors, you jumped ship.
I never, have I ever gone against you? You get me anything up when I've ever gone against you. I've been on panels backing you up. So if you're going to be like that, Flaves, I've not seen what... I did see Shell and Raver backing you up, but none of the else. It was just in the chat. I was on all the panels backing you up.
You went against me. Did I say you went against me?
I never went against you. I went against you.
I said, did I say you went against me? Did I say that?
No, but you said jump to ship with them. That's why I jumped ship.
You jumped over with that because I was, you was in there and you was fucking saying for Julian and so on.
Well, so you're not allowed. So I don't like Tom, but I can't go and have a joint with Harry because Tom doesn't like Harry and Harry doesn't like Tom.
Do what you want, but you do.
That's what I mean. Come on, Flaves. Yeah.
You turn Turk with Flaves.
I never. So I turned Turk with who?
With me.
You lying cow.
So you never.
You lying cow. I never come in here for a bit because when I come on, right, you had your mate, your stepson, JMC. giving it the big and saying, I'll do what leukemia doesn't. Well, you know what he's saying there. He's an awful bastard, you know what I mean?
She hasn't been on for ages.
So that was the last argument I had when he said he'll do what cancer couldn't, you know what I mean? And that ain't no banter, that ain't having an argument, that ain't bish, bash, bosh, not that hurt my feelings, but that's what he said, because he's an horrible little cunt.
I was supposed to JMC.
On here that time when I was at that bird.
He hasn't been seen for time.
Who says that to people anyway? Because he can't win an argument. He says my name, right?
He said he went to your house. I seen him on the video.
Oh, fuck off, mate. No one will come here. I sleep my door open and that's on my 3 kids' lives, mate. I've got another one.
I seen him and then he was on
I swear he heard him in my fucking estate, you know. When I didn't go out, I didn't go out. It was after I had the argument and he said, why didn't you come out to me then?
He was on the estate sounds of the gym.
Hey, listen, he'd get weighed in off the youngest, you mad? He's fucking lad and his mate's a bastard. My lad's only 12, my lad and his sperm had weighed that little ginger bastard, and he was only 5 foot doing press-ups on YouTube, the fucking idiot.
Did you hear him on the shouting? Because I heard him shouting, he was fucking shouting loud, man.
No one has shot at my front, mate, because they've got a pit bull next door and got a fucking Malala there, and then our lads are about.
I heard him. Sorry, lad.
I heard him speaking when he had an argument on here, I did. When he had an argument on here, I went, I'm sure I heard you in my... I thought I heard him in my area. Listen to this, Flaps. I was here in the kids and I thought I heard him, bro. I thought I heard him. That's him. I was listening. And he said, what did you pay for your bike? I went, quid. And I thought, it's him, innit? And by the time I went, he'd gone. Bastard. I swear it was him. And he ain't from Manor. And his name ain't JMC. He's a grass who run out of fucking Morton. He's from Whitney.
He's saying things like that, lad. What's up?
He is. What? It was on about people who got slammed, and he's on about them on your panel. He's on your panel on about people who got slammed, right? Saying,
so fucking shut your mouth, lad, please.
Oh, you shut your mouth, you fucking daft cunt. No wonder no one can put up with you. You put up with this fucking daft grass.
He's to defend himself. He's not here to defend himself, Wally, and he's army.
Well, get him on.
I can't get him on.
What are you on about that?
I'm just saying he's not here to defend.
Well, he was there to defend himself that night, didn't he? And he had nothing to say. All he could say is, I'll do what leukemia couldn't. And I said, you're a grass, right? And you throw people's names about, so go on. So go on. That's what I mean. Okay, man. You're one of them, you are. He didn't grass on me today, so I'll have a split with him. You're one of them, aren't you? He didn't grass on me, I'll have a joint with him. He's all right. But he's got his number. Oh my God, he is your stepson, innit? Go on, bell him for us, bro.
I've got his number. Oh, it's not because he's before Spar.
His Spar who terrorised you for 4 months. Go on, get him on.
He terrorised you for 4 months.
He's driving around in the car looking for him to. He said he's reclined for you. He is funny though. He's a funny fucker. He's a funny fucker. But he said he was saying people's names. He changed it.
Whose names by yours?
Yeah. Saying that they phoned him and he told him fuck off. I thought you didn't. And saying he's from Manchester and he can't even say Manny proper. And you all believe him and his name's not J McNally.
I'm just going to say.
Right. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Mark.
Right, and when you find out you need 7 explains this, right? Print it off, and then when you get took to court for your gas and utility statements, because they're no bills, they're statements, why don't you just go up to the sheriff and tell him, well, look, it's no legal and lawful. This bit of paperwork here tells you what constitutes a legal and lawful bill of sale, explain what it states, and then show them how there's 2 fundamental pieces of information missing on such said utility statement, and therefore it's not legal and lawful, and how do you think he's going to force you to pay it?
Forgive me if I'm being stupid, but if it was that easy, why then there's a lot of
people are doing it. People are doing it. People are also paying utility bills by blue thumbprints and sellotaping bits of fucking paper onto their bills with certain letters on it, or like no sellotape and super gluing it, and writing a certain colour pen, because that's 1700 legislation that actually states that it's yours. You've got people like me that you've got people. Well, you get a legal remedy, and that's all you're looking for is a legal remedy, which means it goes. It doesn't. You've got people like me. I've got a £13,000 utility bill for gas and electric, but I don't pay for fake bills, and I do it because I've got a right to hot and cold running water in Scots law. And even the smart meter can't tell the difference between my combi boiler and my gas cooker. Or my electric shower and my telly.
You've got a smart meter then, have you?
No, I've got a standard meter.
Ah, right, sorry.
But I didn't pay anything. Haven't done for over 10 years. Had the bailiffs at the door with the police and everything. Go fuck yourself. Bye. Sure.
So what happens then when they come round with the smart meter for you? What's your
They can go fuck off because they need my permission. Need my consent. Need my consent to do anything. They need your consent to do anything. This is what I don't like. Why don't people go and read the fucking gas and electric acts? Why don't you go and read the acts that they threaten you with? Because in
people will say that, like, no, fuck off, you ain't coming in, kind of thing, and then they'll force themselves in. And then
yeah, of course, but you should read the acts. See, like, when they're threatening you with bailiffs and shit, right, they tell you what acts of parliament they're using against you, don't they? Like, does anybody not go and read that shit when you're getting threatened with bits of legislation? Do you not go and read the legislation that you're getting threatened with and look at it and go, well, that doesn't fucking apply to me. Fuck off, stupid cunt. And then when they come round your house and threaten you with such legislation, go, well, that doesn't apply to me because of this, you stupid cunt. Does nobody else do that? Or is that just the Mongols of this world that do things logically like that? Is it just me? Like when I get threatened with, like, even if a policeman wants to threaten me with a bit of legislation,
I'm the same, Joe. I research
you get what I mean? It's like, really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Listen, the thing is, Joe, right? If these so-called officials turn up at my door, I don't take their word as gospel.
No, of course not.
No, never will, man. Never will.
No, but the thing is, when they turn up at your door and you're armed with a bit of paper, that because they've already pre-warned you what they're coming to your door with their bit of paper saying, you know, and if you've got your own bits of paper, and when they first come being nicey to say, well, you know, how are you? I'm just here to try and extort money out of you, but they say it a little bit nicer than that in those same words, right? Surely you would just rebuff what they're saying with your own bits of paper, Dave. This is the way it works, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big mystery. Like, I don't honestly, I don't think it's a big mystery that, like, the government doesn't give you your rights, guys. You retain them, or you give them away. It's up to you. And if you don't know what your rights are, I'd suggest you might want to read up on that shit.
We shall freedom at the end of this. It's fucking, it'll go great.
It's true though. Listen, I've said before, nobody wants freedom. Everybody wants shown what to do. That's the same as being told what to do, guys. Yeah.
So with you, it's completely different now with the energy situation and stuff.
I know what my rights are. I used to sell it. I know what rules and regulations they must adhere to. Even if they wanted to put me up, even if they wanted to do what they wanted to do, they wouldn't get away with it because the law states that they're not allowed to. Like, you need to realise you have a right of hot and cold running water in England too. You just are mental.
Oh yeah, no, I'm paying my water bill for ages. Nice fucking, they're on my back there.
We didn't even have water meters here, right? Because the landowners went, no, it's a right, so you're not getting to put water meters in, right? So what they did was they collect it under the guise of council tax. So they give you your council tax, right? And they put a big line under it and they put water and sewage. I didn't pay that shit either, obviously. Because I didn't pay it under the guise of nothing. Because that's the lie, the misrepresentation. But that's the legislation, that's how it's worded. You just need to print that shit off and go in there and go, duh, that's why no. And you get to, right, fair enough. And they stop taking you back to court. When people go to get a warrant against my property, they're now going to, like, fucking Aberdeen sheriff because I get the warrants rescinded. And now they didn't, and they have to go to your local court, yeah. And the fact that they're going to other courts now just allows me to then go, well, you have to rescind the guy to action that warrant. They're like, how? I went, because I live here. And they're like, what? I went, yeah, I live in a EH postal code, not AB. Like, honestly, because once you get it kicked to your local court by turning up and going, fuck that, and actually defending your rights and retaining them, right? Then when they apply back to that clerk, the clerk doesn't accept it, and they have to go to another one, the next company. And then you shut that down. And what they're going to do? Tell me what they're going to do. How are they going to force you to do anything at that point? Can anyone explain?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. But like, so with your situation, if you were paying, so you're hooked up to the main sort of thing, so it would be like direct debit kind of thing. You're not on a prepayment.
No, or about. No, I'm not on a prepayment meter. I'm not on any of that. No, I wouldn't allow that to happen. And if I came into a property like I did in this one, I would get it removed like I did. Prepay meters cost you more money. You pay for the privilege of prepay. Prepay people are actually the people who are actually penalised the most, because you should be getting it cheapest because you're paying for it at point. You're not getting it on tick. Everybody else, even direct debit, they're getting it on tick, right? Because the summer months are paying for their winter months, is what they're told. Prepays should be paying less than direct debit, fact, right? Because they're getting the money up front. They're getting the money before they even fucking use it. So why are you paying on average £60 to £65 a year more for the privilege of being prepaid? It's wrong.
Yeah.
They should just give you the. They should just give you the PayPoint card then, let you go back to the post office and pay your £5 a week at the post office instead of buying a card or a top or a key fill. They're happy to keep you on prepaid because they're getting more money out of you than what they would do anyway. Everybody else, they have to give discounts, dual fuel discounts, direct debit discounts. It's rental. They're getting more money out of you than what they would do anyway.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, sorry. I just put on my.
Is that you clipping, Ron?
No. Somebody said something, and I wasn't on the. My phone wasn't into my account, but Joni sorted it, so that's all right. Thank you very much. Somebody just had to.
You were watching another stream, weren't you? Well, I'll be honest.
But you've got to realise, I tell them that I want to pay my bill. I just only want to pay my personal liability. That's all I want to pay. I don't want to pay for something that's actually right. Yeah. I know it might be good for the greater good, but that's all right. Times are tough to do. So I just want to pay for my personal liability. I want to pay what I'm personally liable for, and they can't facilitate that. That ain't my fault. I get deadlocked. And deadlock means what? Nothing I need to do legally or lawfully to resolve the situation. The onus is on them. That's why they try and threaten you. Just repel and don't consent, because you're governed by consent and policed by consent. Even treasonous may tell you. They literally tell you this shit, and you just ignore them because you're like, fucking tough cunts. Fucking what the fuck do they fucking ken? Well, they ken the law. They ken the system. And the last person that told you every out you needed during the flu season, most people turned on them afterwards and made them pay a stupid fine for an unlawful charge. It's crazy shit. Then they sacked him, Ken Bojo. But he was a stupid toff too, wasn't he? Quite a bright, intelligent cunt, Bojo, to be fair. His IQ is actually quite high. It's a lot higher than 81.
In the 90s. But yeah, no, he was. Yeah, he was kind of clever, wasn't
he? Look, he made a career out of acting.
No, thank you, Joni.
Like a dick, yeah.
Come on, he made a career out acting stupid, and when he said his black bag jokes in that, man, which people said was racist, we all laughed our cunt off of it. No, it's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still a cunt, he's still a Tory though, to be fair. All Tories are cunts, aren't they? You know?
Here you go. Something I saw in the news about Russia and North Korea. All because, what's his name now? Russian leader. Putin's talking to that North Korean guy. Mm-hmm. They're spinning it that the North Korean are going to supply Russia with missiles.
Yeah, because North Korea has.
They shouldn't.
No, North Korea's got a lot of 80s era armaments, missiles.
Yeah.
They're talking about tank rounds. They're talking about anti-tank rounds. They're talking about all that shit, artillery rounds. And I like the fact that Kim Jong just popped up with a nuclear sub the other day there as well, didn't he?
I don't know. I just caught.
Kim Jong, mainstream media, Kim Jong, just telling everybody, how do you like my nuclear sub, people? North Korea.
I know Elon Musk refused to activate a satellite so they could carry out an attack on Crimea.
Yep.
That was.
Yep. I heard they weren't too happy about that.
No.
But should we be dictating to North Korea and Russia if they did do a deal when we are intervening into the situation ourselves?
Definitely.
Should we be really getting involved?
100%.
But why?
Well, do you want to be poor?
Yeah, but the point does come down to it.
Hey, listen, let's be fair, Rod.
Do
you think, Ron, come on, let's be fair, right? Your cost of living now, Ron. Your living standards. Do you all enjoy it right now? You know what's coming further forward, all right? Are you going to enjoy that? Let's be honest, are you? If the answer's yes, then my answer should be no. If the answer's no, well, the only way to fix it is, well, isn't it?
Do you honestly believe then that
it is, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Do you honestly believe though that it's because of that's going on between Russia and the Ukraine, or do you think they was going to do it anyway?
I think Russia wants Ukraine because Ukraine produces 1/3 of the world's fucking grain, and grain's a commodity. Just like Russia and China and Iran and a couple of other countries have now jumped on board as well, set up a reserve world currency that was pegged to 1 gram of gold, Ron, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, okay, right. So Russia want the commodities, right? Just a different type for what we want. We want oil. Okay, now we're interested in green because Russia wants it, because it's an our commodity. Right, we've took all our cotton paper notes off. Why? Because fuck shit, hell yeah, cotton. To think that the cotton paper was made of, that's a commodity, just like oil and sugar. Fuck shit, sugar tax. Let's give everybody carcinogenic aspartame. Even the World Health Organization says aspartame's carcinogenic, giving you cancer, guys. But you got a sugar tax in the UK. Why? Well, shit, yeah, because it's a fucking commodity. Commodities are what make the world go round. Commodities are what dictates the price you pay for your gas, your milk, and everything, doesn't it, Ron?
Yeah, but I'll put it another way then, Joe. Right? Okay, they turn around and said that the Ukraine supplies what 30% of the world's grain.
33, aye. I've heard that.
The world's grain. Yeah. Well, surely within the 2 seasons we could have been replenishing that grain everywhere else in the world. The Ukraine haven't got the monopoly, or the only place you can actually produce that?
No, you've got a valid point there, but there's a lot of places that produce grain that aren't exactly the best environments in them. Yeah, right. Do you honestly believe, like the Ukrainian places? Yeah, it's a very fertile ground, Ron. Very fertile, exceedingly fertile. One of the most fertile places, like various other places, right? Yeah, and that's why it works. And it's always been that way. Do you honestly believe that all these country governments, right, they honestly don't account what happened all these years ago, Ron? Aye.
Yeah, but but hang on though, Joe. What did they turn around and say? Oh well, because of 33% of the world's grain, that means that livestock, blah 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 blah. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Well, surely to counteract that, they would have gone, oh, well, we're looking at livestock. Are they really going to be bothered how high, if the grain is going to be that bad or that good?
They have to
complaining.
They have to at least pay it wax service, Ron.
Yeah, I know. But
at the end of the day, Britain won't really suffer that much with the grain problems, right? Yeah, the people that will suffer will be the African nations, which are the fucking countries that Russia and China are working with right now, because the African nations don't want your pounds anymore, people, for their products. They don't want the dollar anymore, people, for their products. They want their gold back. They're going to start making us pay for their shit in gold. This is what they've just said at their big African nations. You know, the place where they wouldn't let people turn up and that because they weren't speaking very nice about us. This is why Wagner has been put on the international terrorist list. It's a terrorist organisation.
How I look at it is that governments are using anything to justify where they want to get involved. And grain, I would say that's a situation that can be sorted out anywhere else. You don't have, they can't turn around and say now, oh, because the Ukraine supplies 33% of the world's grain. Well, to me, it just means, oh, well, if I was a farmer, I'd go, oh, well, I'll just
The French used to grow grapes of wine, didn't
Yeah, but the thing is,
far superior.
Ron has to realise, though, that Russia only started... Ron, you have to realise that Russia only started to block the grain exports from the ports that go into the Black Sea or the Caspian Sea. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, they only started to block that shit 2 years ago, and that's why we had a grain deal. Yeah, now the grain deal's been chalked up now, it's gone. And we're now talking about putting soldiers on these vessels so the Russians and that didn't get to stop them as they leave.
The soldiers already in Russia.
What do you call it? It's a war of attrition. You're already at war. Get to fucking with the programme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's what I mean. So I'm gonna dismiss this grain shit thing, which they like to use as an excuse and what have you. I'm dismissing that because the world can sort that situation out in one season. Boss, that's out of the equation.
Sorry about that, guys. If you're still there, respect. Well, let me just get sorted out here and I'll see if I can give you a little taste of village life. It wasn't that bad, that, you know, was it? I've got this. It's a little bit of a. It must be. I don't know. Probably comes under the OCD headline, you know. Because I've been doing it for that long, going past and stopping at this co-op shop on the way to work all my life. I just feel like I still do it even when I'm not working. Say what, I'm knocking some miles up. Knocking some miles up on the old clock. Let's have a little look, see what I can do here. Oh, settings, camera. How's that? I think you'd rather look at that, wouldn't you? Let me see if I can balance, because try to make a roll here. Let's have a look. Oh, I can't press it there, you do. Whoa. This is just me all over this, isn't it? It's absolute best. Yes, I bought one. I bought a bloody thing. I went out and paid £7 for a new to keep my phone on. You know what? I can't even think. I can't even think of bloody name of them now. Just let me roll this again, then I will take us outside for 5 minutes. £5 a pint now. Well, we paid £5.50 yesterday at that show, Slim, but didn't surprise me. It's about the going rate, isn't it? Lady Godiva. When I think of, I need a new phone, really. I mean, it's not beat about the bush. I've had my phone for years. I'm not even exaggerating. I wouldn't like to think. But if somebody can invent a battery that actually lasts, you'd be a millionaire, wouldn't you? Yes, fact. How you doing now, mate? Real Lady Flat Capper, respect. How you doing? Long time no see there. Long time no see, Lady Flat Capper. Hope you're alright. We had Nutter in earlier. I know Nutter's. I think Flat Capper's bet Nutter, actually. Right, let me show you where I am then. I've got this. Got to learn to start throwing lighters away when they're dead, you know, instead of like just keeping them. Oh, who's moving house, Flat Capper? Oh man, good luck with that one. Looked after that clock. I've never seen how shiny that clock is. I don't know if you can appreciate it there. It's the old church. Does anybody else have any traditions like in their village? You know, that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, like they do every year, because they've got this mad thing in this village where I am now. I think it's on Pancake Day, or it's the same week as Pancake Day, where they all chase about after this fucking ball around the village. And all the shops have to shut. All the shops have to shut because it gets out of hand, you know. Sedgefield, Flat Capper. Stevie, you wish, mate, you wish that can't be a nice mowed lawn like I say. One of these villages where, you know, you come up the high street and they try to keep the high street like, I don't know whether it's a medieval, it's got some sort of medieval influence over it, but try to keep the high street, you know, little local shops and just quaint, dainty little things in it. We've got a nice little green here where people just come and chill out, and you've got your co-op. Got about, I'd say there's about 8 pubs in a decent stretch. I only know this place because I've worked here all my life. But I tell you who's from here, Tony Blair. Tony Blair was the when he was Prime Minister, he was MP for Sedgefield. He's probably still got a gaff over here anywhere, a big mansion somewhere. See, it's lovely. Sun's out at the minute. It's all good. There's some grey clouds over there, man. We only have one pub. Slim working hard there. Yeah, I'm just finishing this rollie off. So we're about halfway at Middlesbrough now. This is like the halfway stopping point. Slim, what's that bit? What's the quality of this video like, Slim? You know, like the visually, like, can you tell this is an old phone or what, mate? Because I do want to get another phone because I know the cameras have moved on a lot. You know, it's like when you're watching live and the camera's shit. I know I've done spot on, nice one, mate. Let's give it a little more. I always forget to do that, you know, clean the lens because it's always in your pocket, innit, your phone. Covered in backy and all that. Try to do live with a big bit of backy on your screen. Yeah, this is a Huawei phone. It's not one. It's not one that would have went out and bought. I bought it off somebody at work. Oh, it's about this time of year, conkers as well, isn't it? Let's have a look. They look ready to drop them, don't they? Let's do a live conker opening. Look here. It's going to be a little one, that though. Look, first conker of the year. Oh, that bad boy. Need some actually because the spiders have started coming in, haven't they, in the house? If you like me, Mother Nature. Them ones are best where there's 2 in them. cheesies are they called, you know, where it's got a flat edge on it. Yeah, it's something to do every year. I've always had somebody to collect conkers for. Yeah, I've always had somebody to collect conkers for. Apart from myself. I'm a bit weird like that, like I do. Oh yeah, I hate spiders, mate. Hate them. Whereas Louise is one of these where, you know, in the extreme case where I take them on, it'll be a Hoover. I'm sorry. But I have to admit I've hoovered a few spiders up in my time. But Louise, on the other hand, quite happy with using the glass and paper technique. You know, where you try and trap the spider using the. It was only 3 nights ago. Caught a spider in the house. We're using that method. The paper and the glass, and then threatened to chase us around the house with it. I think one of the worst things in the world visually to look at, yeah, has got to be, can remember back in the old days where the school kids used to put a spider in a matchbox. I got these visions of like someone pushing a matchbox open and there being a big spider in it. Whoa. No thanks. Not for me, that way. I know they can't do anything here, and they're tiny. Well, some of them are tiny, but I think it's, I don't know, it's just the scurrying about bit, innit? It's a scurrying about bit. I'll get rid of that as well, Stig. You know, you can film MOT for that now. Film MOT for having too many forest trees hanging down. Steve, have you blocked Emily, mate? I think she's having a meltdown. Wonder if anyone's got me blocked in chats. I never noticed me. But when people are talking to somebody and then you're like, where's so and so? I can't see them. I just realised that I've got DAB radio in my car. I've only had the car a year. I only found out last week. DAB1. Should be 80s. Is anybody watching the Rugby World Cup? In fact, last week, mate, or the week before, I had a great week. It's the first time I watched York races on, I think it was the E-Bar meeting. But I watched the whole show on telly, you know, ITV. I think ITV are pretty good at it. You know, they turn it into like a full day, don't they? But the E-Bar meeting, it was lovely weather. And I had a little couple of weeks where I was watching the horse racing. Didn't even have a couple of little bets, only little ones. Like, I know you like your horse racing there. There's 100 to 1 come in the other day as well. Think that.
So that's where we're going to leave it this morning, just so I can get it uploaded and that. Now, there was something that I was going to talk about today, but I obviously can't talk about it today because I'm going to need to check exactly when this was. Now, there's a clip floating about that I seen yesterday, and it's somebody talking to somebody. I'm not going to say who yet, until I find out exactly when this clip was from, because I'm not going to start dragging up old stuff if it's something that's been like gone and done. But apparently this person obviously has been begging online. We've seen that. And apparently they asked someone for 100 quid until they got paid. But they said it was to keep the dog. But then this same person said to me that the dog had 2 months ahead with its food. So which one is it? Do you need to borrow £100 for the dog, or does the dog, do you know? I think there's a lot of lies. I think there's a lot of tales. I think there's a lot of denial going on here. I think there's a lot of people that just won't tell the truth about things, you know. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'll look into that, and if it is recent, then I'll be obviously talking about it tomorrow, because I do believe the person that says that they asked for 100 quid, definitely 100%. He's got no reason to lie. He's got no reason to make something up. But the other person's got hundreds of reasons to lie, to say that he never asked for it. You see what I mean? So I'll find out if it's a recent clip, and then I'll talk about it tomorrow. So that's going to be it for today. So big up to everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.